Alright team, welcome to day 3 of my CrossFit workout for beginners program, so you can master CrossFit and become the fittest in the world. You may need to do some homework though first. If you've just stumbled upon this video, this is episode 3. You still need to watch the first 2 episodes. I'll link them down in the YouTube description. You guys, as always, have been very supportive with the comments. Thank you so much. And I am bringing back the lean bulk 4 days of eating, which you guys seem to find very entertaining, and I do enjoy making them. I'll be honest, sometimes I plan to do the full day of eating and then I fall asleep in the evening and forget to do the last meal. So I'm going to do it tomorrow. Anyway, in this video today, you are going to learn the one move which is going to help you master loads of different skills in CrossFit. Just before I tell you though, can you just do 3 things? Hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button, because it will give you a tap on the back from me. The one skill I need you to master for CrossFit is the kip. I'm not talking about fish kippers. And when I'm talking about kipping, you may have seen videos like this before.
0.
They look very funny and like not proper pull-ups whatsoever. But CrossFit is about completing a certain amount of exercises within a given time domain, depending what the workout is, as fast as possible. So the kip is teaching you how to complete the repetitions as fast as possible. CrossFit gets a bad name as well for injuries because of these types of pull-ups, but again, it's just for efficiency, and it is fine, but usually injuries occur when people try kipping for the first time, but they haven't built enough strict strength and a good decent amount of strength and muscle mass before trying CrossFit. So then their tendons, their ligaments, their joints, their mobility is pretty bad, and then they go and tear something. You need to build up your strict strength first. That's my first tip for you when learning the kip. Make sure you build up your strict strength. So focus on strict body weight press-ups, dips, pull-ups, anything like that. Getting a really strong core as well with some floor core exercises. That is great to incorporate within a program. Any move in CrossFit, try and master it strict first, because with the kip it ties over into lots of different exercises like the power clean and the snatch because of the explosiveness at the hip with the kip, kipping pull-ups, kipping handstand push-ups, ring muscle-ups on the bar, many more. But think of all these movements and try and master them strict first. You won't be able to do it for, say, the bar muscle-up because it's such an explosive movement and you need a lot of strength to be able to do it strict. I learnt the kipping way first, but for anything like handstand push-ups or pull-ups, those exercises, master them strict first. And once you've established a good bodybuilding routine, which is going to help you build up the muscle mass to protect your ligaments and tendons, and is also helping build up your strength so you're incorporating compound exercises, I'm going to do a separate video on how to lay out this training routine. Then you can start incorporating learning about the kip. You can learn the kip as you're doing this bodybuilding routine, but just don't do anything too explosive to start with. You just need to build it up slowly. As you start to learn the kip, you can do this whilst you're doing your bodybuilding routine. You could do it like at the end of a session. Try this exercise just at the end of the routine, and at the end of a session. It gets you used to feeling the pop in the hips, which is required for bar muscle ups with the kip. Kipping pull-ups, kipping handstand push-ups. Don't think of something like a kipping handstand push-up. It's not just about shoulder strength. A lot of it is about explosiveness from the hips. A lot of the drive and momentum to get your feet up the wall is coming from the hips. It's not just from strict shoulder strength. So try that one exercise, and then when you've become pretty good at strict pull-ups, you could try this next progression with the kip. And that is getting yourself on a bar. You're just going to try hanging to start with if you aren't used to holding onto a bar. Then it's not just swinging back and forth. You've got to try and think of it like you're trying to create 2 bananas. Yes, I said bananas. So imagine your upper body is the top half of the banana and your lower body is the bottom half of the banana. When you're going into a kip, you want to say if you're going forward, your chest is going forward, your arms are staying back, and your legs are also staying back, creating one banana shape one way. And then as you come back, keeping your core really tight, your feet are coming forward, legs are straight, core is going backwards, as well as chest and arms are going back as well, but the hands are obviously staying on the bar, creating the banana shape the other way. And it's not an uncontrolled swing, it's a kip. So at any time, you should be able to stop the movement by engaging your core and getting really tense. So then you can go onto the bar, master this kip, and then eventually you can start incorporating progressions to get your first toes to bar, which will help with kipping because your core strength will improve with toes to bar. You start off by trying knee ups, so as you're doing your kip you bring your knees towards your chest, and then eventually you get a little bit more of a swing with your kip, and then you can try and get your toes to the bar and then start doing repetitions of toes to bar. Then once you've done that, it's time to incorporate a progression for kipping pull-ups. So you're still getting used to that swing, and you're going to use this swing to get kipping pull-ups. So what you have to do is get used to making these inverted banana shapes. So a banana shape one way, banana shape the other way. Then what you'll do is, as you do a banana shape, when you bring your feet forward and you bring your chest back and your hands are still on the your arms are coming back, your hands are still on the bar, you're going to bend your arms, hip drive towards the ceiling, and get your head above the bar like you would normally with a strict pull-up. Again, keeping your core really tight, and then you're going to push back, keeping your legs in front of you, and you're going to go into that other inverted banana shape. Then you're going to try and do that for repetitions. This is the kipping pull-up. And then eventually, but again, you need to have a strong foundation of strict strength, done a lot of bodybuilding, have good mobility in your shoulders. You could start to try and practice the butterfly pull-up. So what that is, it's more of a circular motion, but it's progression from the kipping pull-up. And this is the fastest way to complete pull-ups in CrossFit. You're doing a circular motion and you're using your hips to create the height that you need to be able to get your chin above the bar, and then you're almost trying to pull yourself underneath the bar whilst you're keeping your legs back, and then you use your feet and your hips to kick and use your hip drive to get into the next repetition, and you keep on doing that to try and complete more and more repetitions. And as you get better and better, be able to do more repetitions, and then you'll eventually be able to incorporate chest to bar. But I'm not going to go into too much detail with that to start with. Just going to focus on the kipping pull-up, toes to bar, and then finally handstand push-ups. The kip is very essential for this. You need to get good at normal press-ups to start with, and then try incline press-ups, then try and progress to the pike push-up. Again, focusing on strict strength, even though pike push-ups actually are still quite hard, even if you can do strict handstand push-ups. Then you try and do a handstand hold against the wall, try for 30 seconds, get your wrists used to being in that bent position. Then eventually, what you need to try and do is get your hands slightly about 30 centimeters away from the wall, maybe slightly less for some people, and you've got to think that when your head goes down onto the ground, you're creating a triangle from your left hand to your right hand to the top of the triangle, which is where your head is going to go. You will put your head on the floor like you're doing a headstand, bend your legs, your bottom is going to be against the wall. Then what you're going to do, like with this kip, you're going to use your hip drive to get your legs up. So what you've got to think is the energy is starting off from your feet. You're driving your legs up, drive your hips forward, then push up with your arms. It should almost feel weightless on your shoulders to reach the top of the repetition, and then eventually you'll be able to go up and down and do kipping handstand push-ups for repetitions. Again though, try and focus on strict strength, because then the kip will come easier. If you guys have any questions, please do send me an email. My email is in the YouTube description. If you're interested in nutrition coaching, my website and payment plans and stuff is down in the YouTube description. If you want to support me, that'd be great. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video.